Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 275 based on novel. So let's start. Liu Chen had the deepest feeling regarding the Moongazer Serpent's pain as they had assimilated. Without hesitation, he stepped forward and threw a punch. This punch turned into a powerful rumble, and it was several times stronger than when he fought Wang Lin. The giant elephant let out a roar and turned into a black light that wrapped around Liu Chen's fist. This caused the roar of the elephant to echo as he punched. The elephant reformed before the punch and charged into the seven-colored gas. There was a heaven-shaking sound and a shocking shockwave spread out. The seven-colored gas was pushed back a bit but quickly spread even more and devoured the giant elephant. As the seven-colored gas closed in on Qing Shui, he didn't retreat and instead his eyes turned cold. His right hand pointed between his eyebrows and a purple-red line appeared and formed an arc. When Qing Shui saw that seven-colored gas, it was as if a flash of lightning crossed his mind, and he shouted, "I have spent my life cultivating as a celestial and have refined 7G realm roots, allowing me to become a celestial lord. I have slaughtered countless people but have never fought the heavens Tao." The moment the purple-red curved line appeared, it emitted a sizzling sound and an extremely powerful force came out from it. "Heavens Tao?" A low voice came from the crack and a chuckle came through. From the sound of the laugh, the person who spoke wasn't an old man. "Compared to you, who came from the sealed realm, I can indeed be considered your heavens Tao. The Moongazer Serpent, two ancient gods, and you, who cultivates the G realm, come with me to the place of the heavens Tao. This can be considered good fortune for you all." Qing Shui's eyes became cold and he charged out as the seven-colored gas closed in. The purple-red line arched through the seven-colored gas, creating popping sounds. As for Wang Lin, the seven-colored gas also closed in on him. This seven-colored gas contained a powerful sealing force that prevented him from retreating. Killing intent flashed across his eyes as he waved the god-slaying spear in his hand and shouted, "Collapse!" There was a loud rumble as the first 100 feet of the 1,000 feet god-slaying spear collapsed, creating a storm that shot toward the seven-colored gas. The Moongazer Serpent's roar became even more intense and it continued to struggle. The seven-colored gas surrounding its body looked like a seven-colored sun. It looked very beautiful. However, the mournful roar filled this beauty with strangeness. Half of the Moongazer Serpent's giant body had been pulled in, and was still being pulled in. Thanks to this seven-colored gas, it had lost all power to resist. Even as it struggled, it revealed a terrifying despair. Liu Chen had assimilated with the Moongazer Serpent. This roar pierced through him. As he rushed out, the 5 stars rotated and one of them flew out and collapsed. Shattered star of an ancient god. The star shattered and a crazed power appeared in the void. Just as the power of the shattered star was about to spread, Liu Chen mercilessly inhaled. As he inhaled, the power of the shattered star entered his mouth. Roars of pain came from his mouth as his body expanded from 3,000 feet to more than 7,000 feet. With one step, he broke free from the seven-colored gas and arrived next to the crack. As he roared, his powerful fist punched out. As he punched, one of the 4 stars between his eyebrows shattered. The star that shattered formed an unimaginable impact that entered his right arm and allowed him to launch a punch at peak power. This punch borrowed the power of 2 shattered stars. This allowed Liu Chen to reach power just short of his peak. As his roar echoed, 10 giant elephants appeared and charged forward. Boom! 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 At this instant, the void was filled with this majestic sound. His voice was so intense that even Wang Lin felt his ears sting. The void under his feet seemed to be impacted by a powerful force. If one looked from above, it would look as if the void within hundreds of thousands of kilometers had been scraped open, revealing the flashing net below. Even the seven-colored gas around Wang Lin and Qing Shui was pushed back. The crack that was swallowing the Moongazer Serpent was ripped open and the seven-colored gas was pushed back, revealing the figure hidden inside the seven-colored gas. The figure was completely exposed. He was a youth that looked very ordinary, but his eyes were extremely cold. What stood out about him was a crescent moon mark between his eyebrows. He coldly looked at Wang Lin's group and remained neutral toward Lu Chen's almost peak attack. He raised his right hand and calmly said, "Sealed Realms 99th Formation, Devour Formation, activate." After he spoke, a rapidly rotating vortex appeared before the youth. The vortex was dark and it was like a mouth that could devour all. It expanded like crazy and seemed to devour Lu Chen's punch. However, just this vortex wasn't enough to dissolve Lu Chen's ancient god power. After it devoured, the vortex rumbled and immediately collapsed. The youth's expression changed and he retreated. Then his hands formed a seal and he shouted, "The Sealed Realms 9th Formation, Heaven-Splitting Formation, activate." As he spoke, he bit the tip of his tongue and spat out a large mouthful of blood. This blood entered the crack before causing specks of light to fly out and condense into a large war axe. The moment the axe appeared, a pressure that could shake the heavens appeared and large amounts of collapse appeared out of nowhere. The war axe flashed and charged toward Lu Chen. It collided with Lu Chen's fist. As the resulting rumble echoed, the war axe collapsed and Lu Chen coughed out blood. After being knocked back a few steps, one of the 3 remaining ancient god stars on Lu Chen's forehead shattered and he rushed out once more. The shatter of the 3rd star caused storms around his body. His body went from 7,000 feet directly to more than 10,000 feet tall. He was now a true ancient god giant. Although it was far from his peak, he already held unimaginable power. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. If Lu Chen lost, he would be in danger. He took a step forward and his 4-star royal ancient god power surged out like crazy. He threw the god-slaying spear in his hand and then formed a diamond with his hands and pressed forward. A diamond light flashed out and merged with the god-slaying spear. It penetrated the void and shot toward the youth. There was also Qing Shui. Without pause, his hands formed a seal and 7 arcs of G-realm threads connected together and quickly shot forward. As Lu Chen roared, his 10,000-foot body charged forward. His eyes were fearless as he threw his bombardment of punches. The peak attack of the 3 caused the youth to panic and his pupils to shrink. At this moment, a withered hand reached out and pulled the youth back. A wild-haired old man walked out and stood before the youth. "Master!" As soon as the youth spoke, the old man shouted, "Shut up! Who allowed you to open the sealed realm?" As the old man spoke, his hand formed a seal, then he said, requesting the formation to activate the heaven-splitting axe. The moment the old man spoke, specks of light appeared within hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of kilometers. These specks of light gathered like crazy toward where Wang Lin's group was. They were simply too fast. Their speed broke the limit of law. They were even several times faster than the peak attacks of Wang Lin's group. The entire void seemed to be lit up. The originally dark void was filled with lines of crystal light. In an instant, these specks of light had already taken shape. A war axe 1,000 feet long suddenly appeared. This war axe was formed by specks of light and was filled with a primal aura. As this aura spread out, the war axe suddenly descended. It appeared before the old man and directly met the peak attacks of Wang Lin's group. Bang! 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 As a crazy rumble echoed, Qing Shui coughed out a mouthful of blood and was knocked away. Wang Lin trembled and cracks appeared on his body. The 4 stars on his forehead rapidly rotated to offset the unimaginable impact, but he was also knocked back. Lu Chen's body gradually shrank and the power of the shattered stars quickly dissipated. His eyes were filled with sadness as he looked at the axe in the sky and shouted, "Wang Lin, does your inheritance know about this object? It is the holy treasure of the ancient god clan." The heaven-splitting axe exploded into countless specks of light, causing the fragmented net to quickly recover. The old man outside the net revealed a strange look. Then he waved his hand and the specks of light turned into 3 large hands. One of them grabbed the moongazer serpent and mercilessly pulled it outside the net. The other hand reached toward Lu Chen. Right now he simply had no power to resist. The 3rd giant hand reached toward Wang Lin. Just at this instant, decisiveness filled Lu Chen's eyes, as if he was determined to do something. The moment the giant hand grabbed him, his right hand reached toward between his eyebrows. He took the last two ancient god stars and threw them toward Wang Lin with a wry smile on his face. His gaze toward Wang Lin was filled with never-before-seen gentleness. It was like an elder in the family looking at their own child. Your challenge to adulthood was excellent. Not even my child was as excellent as you. All children of the ancient god clan receive a gift after their challenge. These two ancient god stars will be my gift to you. Lu Chen's voice was filled with a trace of relief and sadness as he looked at the void. He was grabbed by the giant hand and pulled outside the net. Ancient god. Ancient god. You can reverse the heavens, but you can't reverse life. I, Lu Chen, am not an ancient god, but a lonely god. Lu Chen's sad voice echoed across the void and landed in Wang Lin's ears. Wang Lin's mind trembled and he felt some kind of resonance. Lu Chen had dared to defy the heavens and wasn't afraid of heaven or earth. However, he wasn't able to reverse his own fate, which was the Moongazer serpent. He was assimilated with the Moongazer serpent and had most of his ancient god power absorbed. This forced him to revert from a peak 8-star ancient god back into child form. All of this was a fate he couldn't change. He had been trapped inside the Moongazer serpent for tens of thousands of years, living a life that was worse than death. With the pride of the ancient gods, the humiliation he suffered in his heart revealed his desolation. The ancient god clan was an extremely proud clan, and this pride refused to allow anything to trample on them. Tu Sai was the same, and Lu Chen was also the same. Wang Lin silently pondered and his heart filled with pain. However, there was respect in his eyes. He respected ancient god Lu Chen. At this moment, there was a whistle in the void as the two ancient god stars moved at an extreme speed toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin grabbed the two stars, and at that moment, the stars merged with Wang Lin. At this instant, an unimaginable ancient god power filled Wang Lin's body. This ancient god power was too strong, and popping sounds came from Wang Lin's body. In the blink of an eye, his body grew several times larger. He was now more than 3,000 feet tall. All the veins on his body bulged as if there was a power inside him that wanted to tear him apart. Filled with pain, Wang Lin charged forward and let out a roar. This roar turned into endless sonic booms and shot forward. It also contained the might of a royal ancient god, which caused the giant golden hand coming at him to pause. Wang Lin could clearly feel the power of the ancient gods from the two stars Lu Chen threw at him surge through his entire body. This ancient god power was equivalent to Wang Lin absorbing spiritual energy from countless planets for tens of thousands of years. It was as if his body was going to collapse under his power. That feeling of his body being torn apart made him almost crazy, so he let out roars to vent himself. There was a trace of violent pressure within these roars. The stars rapidly rotated between his eyebrows until it was impossible to see how many stars there were. Wang Lin let out a roar as he took a step and mercilessly threw a punch. This punch immediately set off a storm. The void before him was pushed back as if it was being ripped open, and a powerful force swept forward. The large hand formed by the golden light paused due to the punch Wang Lin released. However, with a heaven-shaking bang, Wang Lin's hand and the golden hand collided. Bang! 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 This bombardment of punches caused both sides to stagger. The crazy amount of impacts caused the giant hand to retreat. Wang Lin's body trembled a bit and he retreated a few steps. At this point, his eyes gradually calmed down. At this moment, he no longer felt pain from his body but instead felt comfortable. He clenched his fists as if he was holding the world. There was no giant hand reaching for Qing Shui, but his eyes had a strange gaze as he looked at the two people on the other side of the net. His eyes were filled with confusion, but there was also a trace of struggle in them. It was as if he was in a trance, and pain came from his head. It felt as if there was a hidden memory that was mercilessly opened when he saw those two. The flashing net in the void was rapidly recovering. Just as it was about to recover completely, there was a flash of coldness in the eyes of the old man outside the net. He stared at Wang Lin's giant body, especially at the four rapidly rotating stars with a vortex in the middle. Specks of golden light scattered from Wang Lin's body and gathered at the vortex, causing waves of powerful ancient god power to spread out. There was a drop of black liquid that appeared and disappeared within the vortex. He really is a royal ancient god. The old man's eyes shined brightly. A 5-star royal ancient god that has just awakened. I didn't expect there to still be royal ancient gods in the sealed realm. If the Elder Council finds out about this, it will set off a great storm. Fortunately, this person is only in the awakening state. If he had fully awakened and reached 6 stars, then even I would have to retreat. The old man gasped and greed filled his eyes. If I can absorb his royal ancient god power, I will be able to occupy a seat in the Elder Council. The crescent moon mark flashed between the old man's eyebrows and he clenched his teeth. Then his hands formed a seal and the crescent moon mark actually flew out, forming an 10-foot-tall crescent moon imprint. This old man is a member of the ancient moon devourer clan of the immemorial celestial clan. Today, I've come across the greatest opportunity in my life. No matter what, I can't let him go. As the old man roared, the crescent moon mark flashed like crazy and charged forward. Just as the net in the void was about to withdraw completely, the crescent moon mark suddenly drilled out. It grew in the void until it was several thousand feet tall and was comparable to Wang Lin. Moon Celestial devours God. The old man's eyes suddenly widened and a large amount of veins bulged on his face. As the veins extended, they gathered under the crescent moon mark, making him look very ferocious. The moment he spoke, the crescent moon mark seemed to boil and gave off a demonic light. Then a giant mouth appeared on the crescent moon mark and charged to devour Wang Lin. Endless suction force came from inside the big mouth. This suction was extremely strange. It was as if countless threads had come out to drill into Wang Lin's body. The mouth from the crescent moon was so fast that it closed in on Wang Lin in an instant. Wang Lin simply had no chance to react. As the endless suction filled the area, it directly devoured Wang Lin. Wang Lin's figure no longer existed in the void, the only thing that remained was the huge crescent moon mark. The old man was very excited when the crescent moon mark rushed back. He wanted to make it out of the net before it completely withdrew. The old man's laughter was filled with excitement. He didn't think he would encounter such fortune today. After devouring this royal ancient god, this old man will have the cultivation level to hold a position on the Elder Council. The old man charged forward toward the net. His right hand reached out for the crescent moon mark. He had already thought about how he was going to gain respect in the Elder Council after he devoured the royal ancient god, how he would stand above all within his sect. However, just at this instant, the old man's expression changed greatly and his face filled with disbelief. All of his plans were ruined and he stared straight ahead. A crazy aura came out from the crescent moon mark that devoured Wang Lin. This aura was extremely powerful and caused the crescent moon mark to tremble violently. Then the crescent moon mark exploded with a bang. The crescent moon mark was broken by force into countless pieces. At this moment, the old man's face was completely pale and popping sounds came from between his eyebrows. Then he coughed out a larger mouthful of blood. Terror filled his eyes and he cried, "Impossible!" The crescent moon mark between his eyebrows cracked in half and the old man was knocked back. The youth in black next to him was still in a daze. Even now, he still didn't understand why such a shocking change had occurred. Inside the net, Wang Lin walked out from the shattered crescent moon mark. The 5 stars on his forehead rotated slowly and the power of a royal 5-star ancient god filled the area. However, this wasn't what made the crescent moon mark explode or what made the old man cough out blood. At this moment, there was a black and white bead floating between Wang Lin's eyebrows. Heaven-defying bead. The moment Wang Lin was devoured by the crescent moon mark, the heaven-defying bead began moving on its own and flew out from between his eyebrows. The moment the heaven-defying bead appeared, a mysterious force came out from within it. The crescent moon mark wasn't able to resist at all and suddenly collapsed. At this moment, black and white gas surrounded the heaven-defying bead. The black and white gas charged out, went through the flashing net, and charged directly at the old man. The old man screamed and his face filled with fear. It was as if he recognized the heaven-defying bead. His gaze toward Wang Lin was filled with unimaginable fear. You are? He lost his wits and retreated while feeling shocked. The fear in his eyes almost reached its peak. However, he was too slow. The black and white gas went through the net that sealed this void. The moment it charged out, the black and white gas expanded and sped up before chasing after the old man. In an instant, the black and white gas caught up. Whether the old man tried to teleport or merge with the world, everything became pointless before the black and white gas from the heaven-defying bead. The moment the black and white gas closed in, it surrounded the old man. The old man's body trembled violently, fear filled his eyes, and his pounding heart isolated all other sounds. As the black and white gas circled him, it formed a vortex before the old man. An arm came out from the vortex and made a beckoning motion toward the old man. The broken moon mark between the old man's eyebrows shot out with a bang, and there were still lines of blood connected to the mark. The moment the mark flew out, the old man let out an extremely miserable scream. His body trembled, large drops of sweat fell from his face, and the veins on his body bulged as if they were about to explode. Despair filled the old man's eyes as he looked at Wang Lin and mournfully said, "Sealed Realm Supreme, please spare my life." However, Wang Lin was still in shock and had simply no control over this matter, much less over the heaven-defying bead. Seeing that Wang Lin made no attempt to stop the heaven-defying bead, the old man let out a miserable smile. He watched as the crescent moon mark was pulled from his forehead by the big hand before it slowly returned back into the vortex. Large amounts of blood sprayed out from the old man's forehead and he became dispirited. His eyes were bleak and his body flew back as if he had been hit by a powerful impact. Fear filled black-robed youth's eyes as he looked at Wang Lin. The coldness in his eyes collapsed and was replaced with terror. He dodged Wang Lin's gaze and didn't dare to make eye contact. His body flashed and he grabbed hold of the old man. The old man's eyes revealed a trace of struggle. Disregarding the blood from between his eyebrows, he shouted, "Quickly, retreat!" The youth didn't hesitate and quickly retreated while carrying the old man. The formation formed by the black and white gas dissipated back into black and white gas. Then it penetrated the recovering net and returned back into the heaven-defying bead. The heaven-defying bead slowly flew to Wang Lin and floated before him. The surrounding flashing net was slowly covered by the void once more. Then there was nothing but the endless darkness and silence. As for the Moongazer Serpent and Lu Chen, they were isolated outside the net. When the void spread, they disappeared forever. Qing Shui stared at all of this. A majority of his celestial origin energy had been sealed. He looked at Wang Lin and his originally confused eyes became focused. Looking at the heaven-defying bead, Wang Lin was just as shocked as the old man who had lost his mark from ancient times. He wasn't unfamiliar with the arm that came out from the vortex. He saw it when he first activated the heaven-defying bead. At this moment, while he pondered, Wang Lin carefully raised his right hand and touched the heaven-defying bead. The bead immediately entered his right hand and disappeared into his origin soul. During ancient times, there were ancient people that cultivated their own heaven and earth. They became celestials and formed the ancient celestial realm. The ancient celestial realm is the holy land of my celestial realm, the real celestial realm. Qing Shui seemed to be speaking to himself, and there was a hint of sadness in his eyes. Master Bai Fan was someone from the ancient celestial realm. He descended from the ancient celestial realm to teach us all. Teacher once said that the ancient celestial realm was the guardian of all life. If the ancient celestial realm exists, then the heavens and earth will exist. If the ancient celestial realm was gone, then everything would be destroyed. He originally thought that the ancient celestial realm would be eternal, but that day, the towering tree supporting the ancient celestial realm collapsed and the ancient celestial realm disappeared without a trace. Even after spending a lifetime searching, Teacher wasn't able to find a trace of the ancient celestial realm. The disappearance of the ancient celestial realm represented the collapse of the ancient cultivation world and ushered a new era. The world was confused. Without the ancient celestial realm, how could there be celestials? Thus, Qi refiners were born. I, Qing Shui, was a Qi refiner. I was heir to the country of clear water. However, although the celestial realm was gone, Master Bai Fan and few of his peers opened their own world. They took the 4 great passages to the ancient celestial realm and created their own land, naming it Celestial Realm. The wind, rain, thunder, and lightning celestial realms split the galaxy into 4 systems. Under the wind celestial realm was the cloud sea, under the rain celestial realm was brilliant void, under the thunder celestial realm was all heaven, and under the lightning celestial realm was summoned river. The system below the rain celestial realm had its name changed by others to the Alliance. Who else still knows that this place was once called Brilliant Void? Qing Shui let out a sigh as he looked at the void. It was as if he was looking at the thunder celestial realm from back then, and reminiscence filled his eyes. At the thunder celestial realm, I met her. As Wang Lin pondered, his body gradually shrank. Popping sounds echoed as his 3,000-foot body slowly returned to normal size. 5 ancient god stars rotated between his eyebrows and gave off a fierce ancient god aura. At this moment, Wang Lin's original body had the power of a 5-star ancient god, and he was now considered one of the strong. If a 5-star royal ancient god used a spell, he could battle early-stage Nirvana cleanser cultivators. Once he returns to normal space and his origin energy is unsealed, almost no early-stage Nirvana cleanser cultivator will be his match. For the first time, Wang Lin felt like he was powerful. His expression was calm as he silently looked at Qing Shui. Qing Shui's eyes revealed a hint of gentleness, but it was soon replaced with pain. He could never forget that time where he was lost in madness and accidentally killed his beloved partner. This kind of pain was deep inside his heart, and it continued to devour him. Not even unforgettable was enough to express how powerful it was. During ancient times, when my celestial clan was at its peak. In my memory, I clearly remembered that this peak didn't last for long. The 4 celestial realms entered a life and death battle over a single item. The pain was quickly hidden away. This was a pain he faced alone every night, an unspeakable pain he could never forget. This great war lasted for far too long, and in the end, the celestial realms lost too much. In the end, during the peak of the war, a person came out from the void. According to Master Bai Fan, this person was an old acquaintance from the ancient celestial realm. His appearance prevented this war from continuing, and he held the order from the ancient celestial realm to set up barrier between the 4 celestial realms. If the barrier was opened once more, the anger of the ancient celestial realm would descend and burn everything. As Qing Shui's voice echoed, Wang Lin silently listened. The 4 great celestial realms were isolated from each other and the war was over. As for the root of all of this, the thing everyone wanted, I don't know. All I know is that it was a bead. Qing Shui looked at Wang Lin. Wang Lin's expression remained the same, but his mind was in shock. If I had obtained that bead, I would certainly keep it well hidden and not take it out or let anyone see it. This object is simply too important. Qing Shui spoke as if he was talking to himself and let out a sigh. The great war between the 4 celestial realms caused them to lose too many celestials. All 4 realms were at their weakest. However, it was during that time that a shocking change occurred. A bunch of freaks from the Tattoo clan came from an unknown origin and appeared in the realm under the 4 celestial realms. These Tattoo clan members used extremely strange spells. We Celestials were completely different. We don't cultivate Tao, only our celestial origin. We can reverse the power of heavens and wield it. Those people gathered all their power onto talisman-like treasures and used them. The battle was very intense. In the end, my celestial clan won and scattered this Tattoo clan. We even turned a large amount of them into our slaves. However, the 4 celestial realms suffered even more damage. After that, we found out that this Tattoo clan came from the void under space. Which is here. Qing Shui pointed under his feet. Wang Lin gasped and his eyes shined. He had encountered the Chosen Immortal clan a lot, but he didn't expect the Chosen Immortal clan's origin to be the void. Thinking about the old man and youth, an idea suddenly appeared in Wang Lin's mind. This void doesn't only surround the Alliance, it surrounds all 4 systems under the 4 celestial realms. Qing Shui let out a sigh and muttered, "After the war with the Tattoo clan, I began to show signs of madness, but at that time I didn't pay attention to any of this. After that, you should have heard about what happened from Master Flame's park. Wang Lin pondered for a bit while he looked at Qing Shui. After a long time, he slowly said, "Senior brother, that old man said that he was from the ancient Moon Devourer clan of the immemorial Celestial clan." Qing Shui's eyes were filled with confusion as he softly said, "This is what also confuses me. I have never heard of this immemorial Celestial clan. Could the Tattoo clan from back then be from the same place? Were they also members of the immemorial Celestial clan?" The confusion in Qing Shui's eyes became even stronger. "However, I feel very strange. The moment the seven-colored gas appeared, I unexpectedly saw an illusion. I heard that teacher died while pointing madly at the sky. What exactly did teacher see?" Wang Lin pondered deeply. A large mystery seemed to fill the surroundings, but it was hidden in smoke, not allowing anyone to see the truth inside. Both Wang Lin and Qing Shui silently pondered in the void. The celestial origin energy in Qing Shui's body was eventually completely sealed. He gradually weakened, and on the third day, he lost the ability to fly. Wang Lin supported Qing Shui as he continued to move through the void. The celestial fragment Master Flame's park gave them floated before him and gave off a gentle light. It was as if it had made a connection with the outside world and was leading the way. Supporting Qing Shui, Wang Lin followed the celestial fragment. On the 9th day, Qing Shui was extremely weak. He looked at the void and the drifting celestial fragment as he said, "After I take the memories from esteemed Xian Bao's origin soul, you should keep the origin soul. His origin soul contains a large amount of celestial origin energy, so it will be very useful to you. Your attitude is very similar to mine back then. I hope you will cherish it more than me, because I no longer have the qualifications or people to cherish." Qing Shui looked at Wang Lin as if he was looking at his past self. The same kind of coldness, the same kind of slaughter, and the same kind of loneliness. On this day, the celestial fragment suddenly shined brightly and stopped. As it shined, a vortex appeared before it. There was an altar on the vortex with countless cultivators chanting. Master Flame's park stood on the altar with a smile and his voice entered. "Welcome back. This video will end here.